What's up, everybody? I'm the Mana Dork. I don't have a catchphrase, but what I do have is the first budget deck from the new set. Welcome to TARKIR. There's dragons everywhere, but we've also got a lot of warriors coming too. Mobilize is one of the new mechanics from the set. It'll be written as mobilize followed by a number. And whenever the creature with mobilize attacks, we get whatever the number is worth of 1/1 red warrior creature tokens that come out tapped and attacking. And we have to sacrifice them at end of turn. So they're not permanent friends. But they do come out. They do swing. And they do trigger things like Impact Tremors and Warleader's Call, which you deal a point to the opponent whenever a creature we control enters. Same thing with Shocking Sharpshooter from the new set. 1 in a red for a 1/3 human archer with reach. Whenever another creature we control enters, the sharpshooter deals 1 damage to the opponent. So now we've got a third wave to do that effect. Now we need some friends to come out. So we've got 4 Hinterland Sanctifier. It's going to give us a 1-drop. Going to give us a way to gain some life for all these triggers, or gain life for all these creatures coming into play. 2 copies of Stadium Headliner. Red for a 1/1 Goblin Warrior. Mobilize 1. And you can pay 1 in red and sack him to deal damage equal to the number of creatures we control to target creature. We've got 4 copies of Voice of Victory. 1 in a white for a 1/3 human bard with mobilize of 2. And our opponents can't cast spells during our turn. So that's going to give us more tokens as well as, interfere with the opponent's ability to do anything to us while we're attacking. 3 copies of Shock Brigade. 1 in a red for a 1/3 with menace and mobilize 1. Last creature from the new set we've got in here is the Dalkovan Packbeasts. 2 in a white for a 0/4 vigilance with a mobilize of 3. So this is going to make 3 tokens when it attacks. We do have 1 other creature. 3 copies of Arabella, Abandoned Doll, which make sure you set your triggers not to be automatic. We got to make sure that she doesn't happen until after the mobilizes happen. So she's going to count all these new warriors for how much she's going to dome the opponent for. We got 2 more cards from the new set. Frontline Rush. Red and a white for an instant that we get to choose whether we want it to make 2 1/1 goblin tokens or have a creature get +X till end of turn, where X is the number of creatures we control. This is very interesting because I believe this is usually a green ability. Well, I mean, I know it is, but I don't think white or red have had access to this ability before, this +X, where it's the number of creatures. But it's definitely going to work with how much we're going to be mobilizing. Lastly, 3 copies of Duty Beyond Death. 1 in a white for an instant. As an additional cost, we have to sack a creature. Creatures we control gain indestructible until end of turn and put a +1/+1 counter on each control. So when we swing with all of our guys and we'll say 8 mobilized tokens, we can pick one of the ones they block, Duty Beyond Death, and he's going to pump everybody who got through. Very basic 11 plains and 11 mountains to fuel it all. And that's the deck. Alright, I'm going to go find an opponent. That'll give you a chance to find the like and the subscribe. And I will see you over there. Alright, we'll try this. Whenever the opponent decides to grace us with their presence. There we go. Shock Brigade. Let's see what they've got for us. Dusk Legion. Get in, they'll block the token, but we still get one off the brigade. They got the Rhino. Send with just you. 3 triggers. Then they'll double block the Rhino. We don't get to deal any damage. That's okay. No blocks. We'll take the 3. What is this? Dahlia and the Gitrog. That's some craziness. I mean, it's not necessarily crazy. It's a card. No attacking. First strike and a death touch. No blocks. We take 7, putting us at 8. Send everything. Three triggers. And one more trigger. Get that descriptor out of the way. They're going to block there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures. So let's buff that guy a bit. And that does it. Yeah, we can keep this one. Sanctifier. Yeah, the Surveyor. 1/3 flyer. Whenever it attacks, they lose a life and endure. We will not attack. Small, all right. Go ahead and block there. So what is the right play here? I think we got to double burst the Kamal. Not what I'd like to have happen, but that's what happens. Drain them for 2. Get a little mini lightning helix plus 1 point of combat. Replacement Cabal. That's no good. Swing with you. They do not block. All right. Thunder of Unity. First chapter, they draw 2 and lose 2 life. Send everybody. Shoot them for 4. Let's see who does and doesn't block. This might be impressive. I don't know if impressive is the right word, but that might be exact. And it was. We got there. We can try this. We got all our mobilizers here. And we've got the tremors. Get that voice. The impulse and response. Probably found a removal spell, but we'll figure that out later. Make a pack beast. You got a Greed's Gambit. So the correct play here is no attacks quite yet. We got 2/2/1s, so you can just kill the pack beast. They give it to us already. All right. Tremors. Pack beast, deal a point. Send to everything. Greed's Gambit. I think we've got somebody over here we can sacrifice. Go for the throat on our pack beast. Kidnap that. Alright. Lose our guy. We rushed in. And that was my bad. All right. Gambit does gambity things to us. That's not going to help anything. I don't think I would have won even if I had held back when I should have, but... Ooh, send this one back. That looks a lot better. I'm going to actually send you back in the hopes that we draw land, and then we can just curve out into a turn 2 voice, followed by a turn 3 pack beast. And that is a 2/1. Whenever this attacks, they can pay 1 in white and make it endure 1. Let's go ahead and swing in. Helix our boy. Brand new one. Send everybody, because we've got the duty beyond death. In for 6. On a similar plan to us. We are down to 15. Send everything. Gain back a couple life. Pack beast. Hinterland Recruiter. I'm not going to bother doing math. We'll just block this thing. See if we live. We do. Hooray for our side. Send everything. 5 friends. They give us the good game. We'll give it back. Try this one. Which land are you? Razor Verge. Okay. Spelunking. You got it, my friend. Tremors. Send all the things. See if they've got the 4-mana red thing that cave in. No, but they do have the confluence. Blow that thing up. No tremors for us. So we'll just make a Warleader's call instead. Upgrade. Down to 7. Another spelunking. Back up to 11. There's a sunfall. When we get to another guy, we might be in good shape. They make a Kaya. We probably have no way out.
Let me get a read on the situation.
Yes, we will take that action. Incubator. They do not attack. That is a land. Warleader's call deals a point because it sees itself come in. And it gives itself +2/+2. That's the Thrun. We have no way to deal with a Thrun. Ooh. And the turn. Now if we can burst him during the end step and then drop a guy during our next turn.
Gotta think on my feet.
Yes. You're not a guy. Spelunking. I hope they don't have a cave. No cave. Alright, they got a hidden nursery. For an authority. Fair enough. Take all that. the face and draw a friend. That was frustrating. Alright, we can try this. Start with the red source. We've got the Burst Lightning at the ready. Drop Bella. See what they've got next. Is it a counter spell? It's not. Get in for a few. You gotta deduce. Send everything. You resolve last. Pass it back. They deduce again. Day of Judgment. Make a couple friends. In for a couple more. Indestructible. So even if there is another board wipe, that out of there and turn those things into 2/2s. At least one of them into a 2/2. Put them at 4. Drop this guy. And we got 4 points of burn in hand. So, as long as nothing goes haywire, we'll be able to wrap this up. And that's a Sunfall. We got 1 mana open. So, unless there's a Spell Pierce, which there's not. And we get there. That's the deck. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. We wound up with a 7-4 record while recording for this video. I did notice that we had some awkwardness to the draws for how many games we played. We really didn't see the voice that much. We didn't see a whole lot of games where we had multiples of Impact Tremors / Warleader's Call / Shocking Sharpshooter package. So I'm not sure what to make of the results as far as their accuracy. But the deck was fun. It does seem to be a good idea for how many times we ran into the mirror match out in the wild today. So if you're still here, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I appreciate you taking the time to hang out and watch me play some games. Feel free to leave a comment if you like what you saw, or if there's anything you'd like to see me do differently. Don't forget to like the subscribe and button the smash, or whatever it is you do to show that you appreciate the video. Thanks again for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next one.